point, like, we had met a couple times.
Yeah, we had met in the green room and hung out. Like, we knew each other. We were, like, excited to see each other, but we didn't, like, hang out as much as we do now. And I saw Matt, and he was sitting across the aisle on one of those big planes that does the international flights. And he was like, "Hey, man." And I was like, "Hey." And he goes, "Is that your seat right there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he gets up and he walks over, and I had the sweetest old lady. And by sweetest old, I really should say sweet oldest lady. She was 107 years old.
She was. And the funny thing is, she was tiny. She was like
super tiny. Like when she got out of the airplane seat, she went down.
Yeah. And it was so sweet.
So Matt walks up, and I mean, I didn't know him well enough to know the charm turn. Matt's got a switch where he can just flip it, and he can. I call it glamour, like from Twilight. No, True Blood. He just glamours you, he just looks at you and he's like, "Hey, listen, could you run outside and give me your car keys?" And they're like, "Yeah."
And I have to pause you right here. When your fear of flying is so large, and 3 years
I didn't know if you wanted to go there, so I wasn't going to.
Yeah, is so large, you have mechanisms in your body that just will overcompensate to overcome that fear. Mine at the moment happened to be charmed because I was sitting across the plane by myself, traveling alone. I saw a familiar face, and
yeah. And so he walks over, and this old lady, beautiful, sweet old woman, and Matt leans over and says, "Hi. My buddy's sitting next to me, and I haven't seen him outside of the plane. Would you mind terribly if we switch seats?" And she was like, "Yeah." And so she stands down. No. She stands down. And she just points. She just points as if by her points, everyone on the plane knows. Like she's like, I can't get that to her bag that's up in the.
For the record, I gotta say one thing. Something just came to me. I mean, in no way was she a little person. She was just a petite old woman. I feel
good point.
I'm making fun of people, and that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah,
she couldn't reach her bag.
Yeah. So anyway, she gets up, and Matt gets her bag, and takes all the stuff out of the bin and takes her whatever under, and he takes everything over to her seat and puts it up. He's like, "Are you okay? Do you need anything else?" And whatever, gets her. It's okay.
I tried to buy her a bottle of wine too.
He did. She didn't want it. So then he comes back over, and we sit down, and Matt proceeds to say, "I am deathly afraid of flying." That was the first thing he said when he sat down. And I didn't realize that when he came across. And so we sit down.
Hey, so about to take off. Man, I fucking hate flying. Are you good with this? Like, you seem so calm right now.
And he proceeds to say stuff like that, like, "You just seem calm, like you just seem," and I love flying. Like, it's one of my favorite parts of the trip. I like get on a plane, put my headphones on, relaxing. And he proceeds to ask me so many times if I'm okay with it that I start to get nervous.
And you guys, from my story yesterday, know exactly what I was doing while he was becoming nervous, because I was going.
Do you need something? Can I get? Do you need some water, or is there a?
No, I'm good. Is that supposed to be like that? Is there always a wing with a? There's a rivet. That rivet looks loose.
So fast forward to the part of the story where we get in the air, and Matt says, "Hey, I don't know if you're gonna sleep on this flight or not, but I got some stuff helps me sleep on flights because I'm so afraid of flying. Here, just have one of these." And I was like, I like to sleep. Probably makes sense to sleep, you know.
Keep in mind, we just are getting to know each other.
And I also don't want to offend him by saying, like, no, I don't trust you. Stranger danger, you know?
Well, it's like as if somebody buys you a drink that you just met, and you're like, oh, I'm not really in the mood to drink, but yeah, you know, I respect you, and so he was like, sure, I'll take this pill that doesn't have any writing on it, and I have no idea what it is. Yeah.
I've made better decisions in my life. So, cut to maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes later, they bring the food, they put the food down, and I reach for my wine glass, and the reach takes a minute. Like, I reach for the wine, and I'm like, and it's like the wine.
And I'm going,
sometimes when you take the pill, it makes you feel slow.
It's exactly what I heard in my head.
and my face is like this.
Well, no, actually, I looked over and he was totally, at that moment, he was totally fine because it had just made me really sleepy. And I looked over and he said, actually, what he actually said was like, when it kicks in, it'll feel a little slow. But obviously, to me, it was already slow. And then I turned back around and I was trying to decide whether I should tell him what I'm feeling because I had never felt it before. And I wanted to ask him if it was normal. And in just the time it took me to make the decision and turn back, I looked around and he's... So, I also fall asleep. And I wake up in the middle of the flight, I don't know, probably 5 hours later. You know how the things on the flight, they have little air, direct air, personal thing where you turn it on and it just somehow blows directly on you and nothing else? That thing was on full blast. And I had fallen asleep like this. Never in my life have I been more dry from here to here. I mean, I closed my mouth and I couldn't swallow. Like there was nothing. My tongue wouldn't do what it was supposed to do because there was no liquid anywhere above my neck. And I was still groggy, and he's out, and I have to like climb over him in his sleep, and I'm sure I'm like, you know, hands on his face and trying to get over. And I stumble to the front, because everyone's asleep in pretty much the whole plane, and I get a liter water thing out of my bag that I just bought at the airport, and I stood in the aisle and chugged an entire liter of water, and then just like dropped it in the middle of the aisle and stumbled back to my seat, climbed over him again, and passed out again.
The part of the story that he forgot to tell you was what the walk, I'm sure, looked like. Now, I didn't know, most people were sleeping, but if somebody was awake and saw him walking,
probably saw it.
It would have looked like this. Like a zombie. He, like, to wake up, like, I didn't wake up for 9 hours. I literally took my sleeping pill and woke up in Heathrow, and he woke up halfway through, which only means one thing. He was a sleeping pill zombie. That's what sleeping pill zombies look like. Falling asleep on your feet. Ask one time when you see somebody eat a sleeping pill, wake them up on purpose. It's worth it. It's quite funny to see.
I was actually, and funny thing was, I had to. Usually, I fly in a couple days before my show, just to get acclimated and all that stuff. And I had to sing that day. Like we landed, and I had to sing. So when we woke up in the morning, I think I chugged another liter of water, and I think we had to stop 4 times on the way to the hotel. Because I was so nervous that I had like dried out my vocal cords. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't making sense. And so I was just chugging water like it was my job.
His bladder, we actually went Heathrow, I think we were in Germany, and we had like a little bus that we had to take like 2.5 hours to where we were staying. And it was like him in the back of the bus, holding on for dear life not to urinate himself.
And every time we stopped, I'd blame it on someone else. I'd walk up to the front and be like, listen, Matt really has to pee.
And he was like, it was like that curled over moment where like you can't even stand up straight because you're scared to stretch your bladder any tighter. So he was like, Matt really has to pee. So Matt went, use the bathroom.
And just make sure it's good in there for you, Bert. Just, check it out.
Again, I reiterate, if you ever fly with me, stay hydrated, turn the air conditioning vent off before you fall asleep,
And don't take the blue pill.
or do. That is a question.
Hi.